Welcome to the Zaleski Sports Show. I'm your host, Rachel Zaleski, and today we're going to be talking about high school basketball, the live stream schedule, and a special guest by the name of Ryan Krueger. It's all yours, and it's all now.
Krueger now with Hinson and Bowman protecting him. Byrol comes in motion. Krueger rolls to his right, back to his left. He's got room to go down the sideline. Krueger inside the 10, inside the 5. Ryan Krueger. Touchdown, Tigers. Bowman in motion. Krueger keeps. Defense followed Bowman, and they're going to pay for it here as Ryan Krueger takes off. He's to the 30, the 20. Krueger's going to go the distance. It's a Marshfield Tiger 73-yard Ryan Krueger touchdown. Shotgun snap here. Krueger. Play action pass, and he is under intense pressure here. Runs all the way back across the Polar Bear 44-yard line. Fakes one out, gets him in the air. Krueger up the middle, cutting back in. Ryan Krueger, are you kidding me? All the way down to the 7-yard line is Ryan Krueger.
Joining us now, Jason Zaleski, our sports expert, and our special guest, Ryan Krueger.
Well, that is exciting. I've never, we've had some guests on the show, Rachel, but this, you're going above and beyond today.
Yeah, I'm going to make some cookies later today.
Nice.
It's going to be great.
All right.
So Ryan is here to talk to us about Marshfield High School sports, and he's going to tell us about his choice to be a Bulldog and a J-back. But first...
But wait, there's more.
Jason, the Marshfield Tigers boys basketball team has won 8 straight. So including Monday over Wisconsin Rapids. Tell us what's up with that.
Yeah, I don't know what is up with that. Ryan, we'll kind of turn to you here a little bit because you've been known to go to a lot of these games. You know, you're not only a sports superstar at Marshfield Senior High School, but when you're not participating, we see a lot of these games, so we know that you're just a big supporter of everything. Have you made it to any boys basketball games this year?
Yeah, I made it to the last game against, I believe it was Merrill. And, they're just starting to work a lot better together. I feel like Marshfield always kind of just picks it up towards the end of the season. And just Brant Bowman is starting to roll. Isaac Meverton, all the starters are just really starting to get gelling, I guess I could say. But, they're starting to work really well together, and I just feel like they're just going to keep going.
Yeah, and you say that's kind of how it is, and certainly since you've been a Tiger, that's how it's been. The boys' team kind of gets stuff figured out early on, and maybe they have a tough non-conference schedule early, so that may make it look a certain way. But right now, as Rachel said, they've won 8 in a row. They're in first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. The Merrill game you went to, they beat Merrill, really good Merrill team, beat them by 10. Now, they did lose to Merrill at Merrill earlier this year, so that all kind of evens out. But everything now kind of seems to be pointing towards the last game of the year against Spash. And they beat Spash earlier this year in Stevens Point with a Brant Bowman buzzer beater. And you know Brant from football days, so does that surprise you at all that Brant is really fitting in and kind of hitting his stride here in the basketball season?
Not at all, no. Brant's always been super clutch in key points in games, especially like right at the end of halves and at the end of the game when we have like a 2-minute drill, say for football. Like I'll drop back and I'll call my own plays and I'll just be like, oh, where's Brant here? And then I'll just, because he's always open. If you ask him, he'll tell you. He's always open. He's never not open. So yeah, him coming in clutch in the end is not a shock to me at all. Like I feel like he just kind of lives for that.
Yeah, well, and he was living for it that night back in Stevens Point. We'll see what happens as they come down the stretch. We were talking a little bit before the show started. A couple of the guys that you played football with are on the basketball team. You know, Brant to me kind of stands out. His muscles are popping out on the court, and he's kind of intimidating in that way. Yeah. But well, thank you. So boys basketball doing well. Have won 8 in a row. They're in first place. Girls basketball has won 4 in a row. They're climbing up the standings. They've made it all the way up to third place. We're a little bit too late in the season. That's their max, at least in the Conference Valley standings. But they'll head to the playoffs in a first-year head coach with Taylor Varsho. Have you paid attention to girls basketball at all this year?
I have a little bit. I know that they definitely struggled a little bit towards the beginning of the season, but I'm definitely glad that they're picking it up, and now hopefully they can keep a hot streak going into playoffs.
Yeah, and a lot like the boys, they did. They started a little bit slow, maybe for a different reason, a brand new coach. So all those girls had learned a certain system, and all of a sudden a new coach comes in, puts new plays in, new system, new style, new energy, and it's taken a little bit. We interviewed Coach Varsho after the game on Saturday, and she said that they just kind of were just now starting to buy into what they had going on over there. It's an interesting winter sports season at Marshfield Senior High School. We'll get to your hockey here in just a minute. The girls' gymnastics are setting records almost left and right. They're going crazy. Other sports are doing really well. Is there just something in this senior class right now, do you think, that's just kind of got things going nuts right now?
Yeah, I definitely think our senior class has been doing a very good job. From freshman year to senior year, we've always had guys in the weight room. I think the weight room and just the time and effort that we put into the sport is a key thing, but another thing is we've never really fought among our class. So, we've always been really good friends. We've always worked with each other, and football team especially, going from sophomore year, we were 2-7, and I feel like there was a lot of arguing, and people just wanted to kind of do stuff for themselves, and then there was a little bit less the next year when we were 6-4, and then this last year there was none. We all just played for each other. We didn't care about individual stats or anything like that. We just cared about each other, and I think that's definitely a key thing to our success. Not only the effort and stuff that we put in, but just working together and being really good friends. It's definitely kept us close.
Yeah, and I think that's got a lot to do with it. You're talking about sticking together. By the way, class of '93, I still hate you. So I'm just joking, of course, right? Still friends with all those people I graduated high school with back in '93. So hockey now, you've got a few games left in the regular season. You got one tonight. The seeds, though, have already come out, so you're a 5 seed. So how do you and the rest of the team stay motivated for these next couple of games, knowing that no matter what, you're a 5 seed, you're locked into that for the postseason tournament?
I'd say we can just use these next 2 games to just kind of work on little things, tweak little things that we have to work on. We know that we have to play Chippewa Falls. We lost to them earlier in the season, but we also weren't playing our best hockey. We also had some people from our football season who had 2 practices before that game, and
right.
Hockey's kind of a struggle in that sense because you got to get your legs back and everything like that. So I definitely feel we'll stay focused during this next week. We'll be able to keep grinding it out, and then I think we can take it to Chippewa Falls without a doubt. And then, our section is kind of up, and I'd say it's kind of I don't really know, everybody's kind of even, I would say, because, well, we definitely could have get better against Chippewa, and then after we lost to Chippewa beat the number 1 seed in our conference, so our section, and I don't know, I just feel if we can stay focused and just keep working together that we definitely stand a good chance in our section.
Well, we're looking forward to it. A postseason is always a lot of fun. There's an extra level of excitement. You've been in postseason essentially every year that you've been involved in Marshfield High School athletics. We'll take a quick break from high school. We're going to turn it back to Rachel. We're going to talk about the Superbowl just for 30 seconds. So did you watch Superbowl on Sunday?
Yeah,
you did. Okay. So 13-3, Patriots beat the Rams. A lot of people thought it was kind of a boring game. Last week, Rachel predicted the Rams were going to beat the Patriots 48-12.
Oh.
So she was just a little bit off on that. Rachel, reflect on what you saw on Sunday.
How disappointing of a game. I appreciate defense during regular play, but not during the Super Bowl. That's when you want to see the big plays being made and an exciting game, and that did not happen. So, but hey, I guess Patriots, he's got to have rings on both hands because he just doesn't have enough to put on one hand, that Brady. So good for them, I guess. In the end, it was a great game.
I thought the punters were really good.
Yes.
Being a punter myself, they did a great job.
Yeah.
Considering you got to see him every 4 plays, but
yeah, the Rams had, I think, they started the game with 8 straight punts. Mm-hmm. They only scored 1, so essentially they punted every other time. And so, Johnny Hecker for the Rams got a lot of work in that punter. That's pretty good. Punter. Yeah.
Viewpoint on the punter.
Yeah. Punter, quarterback, and we got to see a lot of exciting football plays from Ryan over the past couple of years, and especially this past year. I had the great fortune of being able to call a couple of those, and it was some of the most exciting play calls that I've made in my career like that. Now you get to take those talents to the University of Minnesota Duluth. You go from a Tiger to a Bulldog. So talk to us about that. How did you land in Duluth?
I chose Duluth because I wanted a place that would make me a better person, a better athlete, and most of all, a better student. With their program, especially going to Duluth, I'm going to redshirt my first year, so I'll be a redshirt. And then with that, I'll be there for 5 years. So what I'm planning to do is, there's a program called the 4+1 program there. So what I will do is get my major in business management, and then with that, I'll also be able to get my master's before I leave. So
nice.
I think that's going to be really awesome. Along with that, there's a bunch of really cool internships that you can get being down in that area. Some specific ones are, there's an opportunity to have an internship with the Vikings, the Twins, and the Wild, which I think would be really, really cool. Just because, yeah, I think that's what I want to end up doing, is something in the sports field. But yeah, along with that, I just thought that ever since I was a kid, I've played a lot better when I play with older people and better people, because I feel like when I have to work a lot harder to get to where I want to be, I just feel like I'm going to become a much better football player if I go there compared to the other Division III schools that I could have went to. But yeah, that was definitely a big thing. I feel like I'm going to become the best football player, best person, and just best student coming out of that school, so that's why I chose it.
And in part, you chose it. They've offered you a position in the J-back role. So tell us, what in the world is a J-back?
All right, so a J-back is a moving tight end. So basically, I will be playing a fullback. I will be so tight end. I will be running the ball, blocking, and going out on pass routes. So yeah, it's basically a tight end, but they move around a lot. It's kind of a confusing position, he said, so it's going to take a while for me to learn that. Also, not only will I be a J-back, since I'm redshirting my first year there, the punter is going to be a senior. So Coach said I should have a pretty good chance to compete for the punter position as well. So I think that would be pretty nice too.
Well, and no surprise from somebody who, I'll just say, did it all on the football field during your high school career, that it's no surprise to me they've asked you to do something that is similar to just doing a little bit of everything on the football field. So congratulations on that. Best of luck, and we know we're going to keep up with you during the football season. But you've got hockey to play yet for the rest of this year. Rachel, we'll finish up with our special guest, Ryan Krueger. We mentioned hockey season coming to an end. Best of luck in the playoffs. February 14th, I believe, is what the day is.
So.
It's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day hockey up in Chippewa Falls with Ryan's Marshfield Tigers taking on the Shy-High Cardinals up there. And good luck, man. Bring it on home.
Sounds good.
All right, Rachel, take us out.
All live streams can be found at ZaleskiSportsShow.com. Just click Live Sports. And we have highlights this week that will be live stream coverage of basketball, hockey, and wrestling.
There you go.
So thank you, everybody, for watching the Zaleski Sports Show. I'm Rachel, this is Ryan, and this is Jason. Make sure that you check us out at Zaleski Sports Show on Facebook, and also Zaleski Sports on Twitter. Send us a tweet. We'd love to hear from you. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.
Go Sports. You got to start from 4.
You threw me off with that, P.S. Brett, cut that out. Okay, go ahead.
4, 3, 2.
8, 4.
And 4.
4. Okay. 4.